7 Deadly Sins. Psychological and philosophical analysis. In cinema, there are very few films that don't simply tell a story, but instead hold up a mirror we are afraid to look into. SE is not just a crime film. It is not just a thriller. It is a punishment. 7 Sins. 7 reflections of the human soul. This is not a story about a killer. It is a story about why we fall, about how the heart doesn't just beat, but decides. What is 7? Released in 1995 and directed by David Fincher. SE follows 2 detectives chasing a serial killer, who punishes his victims based on the 7 deadly sins. On the surface, it seems simple, but this film is not about solving a case. It is about understanding human weakness. It asks a terrifying question: what if the real crime is who we already are? Why the 7 deadly sins? The 7 deadly sins are not just religious concepts. They are psychological triggers. Pride, greed, envy, wrath, lust, gluttony, and sloth. These sins are not external forces. They live inside us, quietly shaping our choices, until one decision destroys everything. Pride. Pride is not confidence. Pride is the belief that you are above judgment. In SE, pride is punished not because it exists, but because it refuses to admit fault. Pride blinds us. It convinces us we are flawless, until reality forces us to look. And when that moment comes, it is already too late. Greed. Greed is not wanting more. Greed is never being satisfied. It is an endless hunger that no possession can fill. In SE, greed consumes identity before it consumes wealth. It turns people into hollow versions of themselves, chasing meaning in things that will never give it. Envy. Envy begins the moment comparison starts. It is not about hatred, it is about resentment toward what we believe we deserve. Envy destroys silently. It doesn't scream. It whispers. And in SE, envy becomes the most personal sin of all. Wrath. Wrath is the loss of control. It is the moment emotion overrides morality. In the film's final act, wrath is not symbolic. It is human. Wrath proves that even the righteous can fall when pain is pushed far enough. Lust. Lust is not desire. Lust is obsession without empathy. It reduces people to objects and connection to consumption. In SE, lust is shown as something deeply disturbing, not because of pleasure, but because of the absence of humanity. Gluttony. Gluttony is excess, not just of food, but of everything. It is the inability to stop, the refusal to feel satisfied. Gluttony turns survival into punishment, and indulgence into decay. Sloth. Sloth is not laziness. Sloth is surrender. It is choosing to exist instead of life. In SE, sloth represents the slow death of the soul. A life abandoned, long before the body stops breathing. The true message: the 7 deadly sins are not crimes. They are warnings. SE does not ask who is guilty. It asks who is honest. The killer believes he is teaching the world a lesson. But the real lesson is far more terrifying. Evil does not arrive suddenly. It grows, quietly, inside ordinary people. In the end, SE is not about death. It is about awareness. And the most disturbing question it leaves us with is simple: which sin controls you, right now?